You know, I rented the Computer Wore tennis shoes last week just to review it because I remember seeing
Well,
that.
I'm gonna plug it. I'm gonna plug the Computer Wore tennis shoes because I just found out yesterday that they're gonna do a remake of that for something or other, and they asked if I would do some sort of thing, and I said, well, I'd love to.
Oh.
So they're gonna. So I'm plugging something for Disney's.
Okay. Well, let's go back to your Disney days. Because weren't you personally signed by Walt Disney to a contract there?
Well, I was under contract for. I think 7 years. 4 years I think was an exclusive contract where I couldn't work anywhere else. 3 years I think was non-exclusive, and yeah, it was Walt Disney.
Yeah. What was it like working for the Disney organization at that time? Because I heard once that they kind of kept close tabs on the actors, made sure everybody was presentable and no controversy. Was it?
Well, yeah, there was a couple of things. I mean, it was great. I loved it. First of all, I got along very well with Mr. Disney, who was a great man. Reminded me very much of my own grandfather. My dad was you know, taking care of things at that time because I was very young, and he set up a situation there where they were very much under the understanding that nobody was going to control my life, and I was going to control my own life, and that's the way I was going to be. The only thing I ever had with Disney is I remember I went in, a couple of friends and I had a few beers one night when I was about 18, and we went down to some girl had put our names in for the dating game, and so we went down there and we made complete asses out of ourselves and had a lot of fun, and they called up, and Disney called me to ask me about it, and I said, hey, you know, I had fun one night. I'm not going to tell you that's not going to happen. But they never pressured me, or they never made me feel like I couldn't be something that I wasn't.
I've always been interested in the movies that actors don't do. I loved your role in The Best of Times, a real favorite film of mine. And I know you played baseball early in your career. The movie Bull Durham, I know you were friends with Ron Shelton. Was that disappointing for you that you didn't do that film? And
well, it was only disappointing in that I had talked with Ronnie about doing a baseball movie, and we had talked, you know, in depth in terms of screenplay about, you know, many different things that could make a good movie. We both agreed with the point of view of it being from a woman's point of view. So aside from the fact that there are specific histories of mine in Bull Durham, and that Bull Durham was written by Ronnie Shelton with me in mind, with, you know, in more than with me in mind, but I mean, it was kind of a partnership for a minute. It was disappointing in that regard because I've read many baseball stories and baseball things, and I've never done one because I've never liked them very much. Bull Durham was a part of my life, so in that regard, it was disappointing because I would like to have done something in my acting career which had to do with another career that I had at one time.
You know, I love it when actors take risks. And I remember when the Elvis movie was being promoted to be on television, I thought, ooh, I wonder if this can be pulled off. How risky a move?
You mean you were one of the people that wrote articles before the movie started? I thank you because you gave me a place to go.
Okay.
No, I disagree with you.
Well, no, actually, no.
The reason, what you're saying, I disagree with. Those aren't risks. Those aren't risks. I knew I could do Elvis. There's no question. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't think I could. Stargate's a risk because I don't have any idea what these special effects guys are going to come up with. So I've got to make a leap of faith here and say, well, are these guys going to come up with some stuff that's really worth watching? Is it worth $7? Because what I'm going to do in the movie, I know I can do, but I you know, if I'm going to say to you, hey, we want to do this movie and we want to have these, you know, really cool looking. We're going to do this thing with an alien that comes down. He's really cute, and it's a good script. He's called E.T. and he's sort of, well, he looks like. And then you say to yourself, what does he look like? Because that's what the audience is going to be taking a look at. That's a leap of faith.
Yeah. Well, there was a story when Star Wars came out that there was a lot of frustration on the set because the actors couldn't envision how the effects were going to look like.
Yeah.
Was that ever a problem for you?
Well, first of all, I've done a lot of movies that, you know, have special effects in them that you don't know what they're going to look like. The Thing was probably the most prominent example. I was playing scenes with a monster that and I'm saying to John, okay, wait, you're telling me that there's a head of a guy, and there's like the flower from another planet here, and which, you know, where's the head and where's the flower and where's the dog monster? And that's and you laugh, but when you see it on film, that's, you know, there's the head of the man, there's the dog monster, there's the flower from another planet, and so when you put the two pieces of film together, it looks right. This picture wasn't as difficult that way. The only thing that's kind of weird was when we were going through the Stargate, we had no idea what was going to happen next.